Till you hear me so loud and clearly, this is the last time you'll ever hear from me.
Well, good afternoon guys, welcome to another edition of Jonesy's vlog. Obviously going to speak about the match on Saturday. Again, just another disappointing, frustrating match really. I mean, I wasn't at the match, as many know. You know, I don't have a membership or season ticket this season for various reasons, so I obviously didn't have a ticket to go, but as always listen to the match on Yorkshire Radio, watched and listened to people's responses on Twitter and Facebook, people that have been to the game, and you know, it seemed to be one of those games where we seemed in control of the match. We were arguably the better side. You know, Wolves seemed very, very poor. I mean, obviously they haven't had the greatest run. I mean, under Solback and they were really, really poor. Dean Saunders has come in and apparently things have started to look a bit more better for them. But I mean, listening to the commentary every few minutes, it seemed to be that they were just giving the ball away. Their goalkeeper seemed to be very, very poor with his kicks out, and just numerous things that just seemed to go in our favour, and we just couldn't capitalise. I mean, to lose the first goal under such circumstances, that, you know, the own goal for Peltier, I can see where Neil Warnock was coming from, saying that, you know, it looked like a push in his back. But I think that was really clutching at straws. I mean, I think to let the crossing in the first place was quite poor, really. Apparently Sam Byram made a little mistake leading up to that goal. You know, he doesn't seem on form at the moment. He seems to have taken a bit of knock in his confidence since that mistake against Cardiff last game. Then obviously, you know, we equalised through a fantastic goal from Luke Varney. That, you know, really, really good. You know, can't deny him that. The penalty, Ross McCormack's penalty, through the foul on Sam Byram, which to me looked like a penalty looking at the replays. Dean Saunders obviously wasn't very happy with that, but to me it looked a stonewall penalty, but there we go. So, you know, we've got into that position 2-1 up. We seem pretty much in control of the game. So then so many mistakes to lead up to that equaliser in pretty much the last minute of the game. You know, the initial mistake from Paddy Kenny, I don't even know what he was meant to have been doing. You know, why he didn't just let it go for a goal kick, why he had to be clever and trying to gather it or whatever he did. But then, you know, to again let that initial cross back in after the corner, and Steve Morrison to let his marker go. I mean, you know, there were so many bodies in that box. We should have been the first to that ball coming in. And it just, I don't know, it was just frustrating again, as always. I mean, if people are still going to seriously be saying that we're in contention for the playoffs and that we're going to get promoted, and they're being, you know, quite positive about that, then I'm afraid these are the games that we need to win. You know, we need to be beating teams that are on poor form, are not playing brilliantly at home, and are near the bottom of the table. And it's all good saying, yes, but we were the better team and we've played well. Well, you know, that's 2 games now where we've arguably been the better team and played really well, and we've only got 1 point out of it. So we're still clearly doing something wrong. You know, top teams who are playing well in these kind of games will go on and get the 3 points. You know, a top side would have gone on and taken their chances against Cardiff last week, as they would against Wolves on Saturday. So it's just, for me, it's just still not good enough. I mean, yes, there are positives to take from the game, that we were the better side, we were creating a lot more chances. You know, Steve Morrison and Ross McCormack seemed to gel well together. Stephen Warnock at left back seemed to have a really good game. Yes, that's great, all those positives can be taken, but in the long run, it makes tomorrow a must-win game if we're wanting to get in the playoffs realistically. And people keep saying, yeah, but we're only so many points off the playoffs. But it doesn't really, I mean, can anyone honestly say that we would deserve after this season to be in the playoffs or to be promoted? Because I certainly don't think we do. And even if we were to, say, get into the playoffs and the miracle would happen that we actually won the playoffs for once and got promoted to the Premiership, I'll be shitting myself, really. I mean, it doesn't matter who's in charge or what money is spent. It would have to be a complete overhaul of the squad for this team to do any good in the Premiership. You know, I think it would be a case of going up and coming straight back down, probably in 20th, 19th place, hardly winning any games, because we, you know, we're a very average, mediocre Championship side. You know, never mind the Premiership team. So yeah, and again, Warnock's team selection. Personally, for me, I'd have had Barkley in that team. You know, he said in his interview after that he was wanting an attacking midfield and a pacey midfield. So why he chose the team he did, I mean, by all accounts, Michael Brown seemed to have a really good game again, which is nice to see. But when people are saying that he was possibly our best player on the pitch, that's saying a lot. But you know, he doesn't offer any pace to the side. You know, definitely not an attacking option with him. So I'd have had Barkley in there. You know, it was good that Paul Green was back in the squad, and nice to see David Norris again. But for me, I would have loved to have seen Barkley playing. Apart from that, I was glad not to see Austin in the team. I think that was quite a positive. Hopefully we won't see him for a little while. Maybe he needs a break. Maybe that's all it's been over these past few months. And yeah, it's just, again, I'm getting very disillusioned with Warnock's interviews now. I really have, to be honest, had enough of him. I'm fed up with making excuses for him. Again, he was going back to Becchio, saying that he was happy that he was gone and that we can actually progress with him without him in the squad, and saying that the way that the mood he was in, we were never going to go anywhere. You know what? He's gone. You know, he's been gone for well over a week now. Why he needs to revert back to stuff like that, I have no idea. And his refusal to, you know, we've bought Tong, and he made the big deal of getting Tong back and saying it was going to be such an important signing. We haven't seen him near the squad. You know, he's always been on the subs bench. Ryan Hall, you know, again a fast, pacey winger that we've, you know, a young talent that we've got on the bench, and he's not getting any game time, which is so disappointing to see. You know, we've got Don Polion there, again an exciting youngster there, and he just keeps talking about wanting to get him out on loan. Personally, I'd love to see him have a try in the first team every now and again. You know, bring him off the bench every now and again. And it's just, I seem to be reverting back to the same thing every week, but I can't see he's going anywhere with Warnock. You know, if he's not meant to be here next year, then why he's still at the club, I don't know. It's so clear to see that his heart's really not in it anymore. You know, a lot of his interviews, he always seems more and more downbeat after everyone. When you think the enthusiasm and sort of his charismatic personality he had when he joined the club, that just seems to have disappeared. It just seems miffed off all the time now. So, you know, as I say, I was really disappointed. There was a lot of people still trying to be positive after the weekend. I personally don't see what there is to be positive about at the moment, but there we go, that's just my opinion. So that was the game. We've got Middlesbrough tomorrow night. Again, they're struggling a bit at the moment. I mean, they lost at home to Barnsley at the weekend, so it would be nice to go get the 3 points there. If we don't get the 3 points tomorrow, then it will be hard for anyone to say we're still in with a chance. If we can't pick up points against teams like Wolves and Middlesbrough at the moment, then we really don't deserve to be up there, guys. So, of course, let me know your thoughts on the game on Saturday, your thoughts on the team at the moment, your thoughts on Neil Warnock, and any people going to Middlesbrough tomorrow. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it'll be another disappointing away trip? So yes, let me know in the comments below, on Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC. Thank you very much for watching as always, guys, and I will be speaking to you very soon.